Hey guys, how are you? jpsarrireviews here, and sorry for the little delay, couple of minutes. Actually right on time, but I was having some issues with the camera. So we're here, so I want to say thank you to all that are here with me, and thank you for being here. Let's see how this goes today. Not sure.
Hello everyone and welcome to Sideshow New York Con. I'm your host Wendy and thanks for joining me for day 4 of the con. Welcome back. We have such a great show lined up for you today, so we're so glad you can watch and hang out with us all day today. Now, before we get into what we have in store for you, I am standing to, as you can tell, 2 incredible life-size busts. These premiered yesterday, so you got to see them, and this is kind of your second look. It's actually my first look, so it's actually really cool to see. I love the wow, I'm just looking at Joker and I feel like I need to maybe social distance from him just a little because he's so frightening in the best way possible. And of course, Harley Quinn. Now, if you are interested in the Joker, he is available right now for pre-order. He stands at 27.5 inches tall. And for Harley, now Harley is a prototype, and she is, right now you can, if you're interested in pre-ordering for her, she is on the RSVP, so you can sign up to get notifications once she is available for pre-order. And these are just absolutely magnificent. I feel a little intimidated standing next to 2 very beautiful and gorgeous looking busts. So there is some information for you about that. And hey, if you're just joining us, I just want to give you a reminder to sign up and go to our YouTube channel to sign up for the giveaways. That's right, we've been doing a giveaway every single day of Sideshow New York Con, and that includes today. And also, just a little hint, if you're a fan of Avengers Endgame, you definitely want to check out today's giveaway. You don't want to miss that.
I think that
and
I saw
that. And of
that.
course, later on in the booth, join me and Amy as we take a look at some iconic horror figures. I cannot wait to take a look at those. And of course, tons of DC and Marvel pieces as well. And for bonus content, we have an exclusive artist interview with Ian McDonald. This work you saw yesterday in the Batgirl figure. So amazing. And a behind the scene look with a very famous collector. I wonder who that can be. So again, we have such an amazing show lined up for you today. Make sure you stay tuned in all day today. Amy and I will see you back in the booth right after this.
Hey everyone, so has the con started yet?
Not quite yet.
When's it gonna start? Live, not actually from New York. It's Sideshow New York Con!
Let's see how it goes today.
Folks, and welcome to a very special Sideshow New York Con artist interview. I'm your host, Brad Gage, and with me today, I
don't know what they start with this again.
Ian McDonald. Ian, how are we doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm thrilled to be talking to you. Where are you beaming in from?
Toronto, Canada.
Canada.
Yeah.
How is the air fresh up there?
It's getting a little chilly. We don't have the smoke, I guess, that you guys have down there right now. I'm assuming you're in California.
I am in Los Angeles, and that's why I'm asking about that sweet fresh air. Love it.
I'm sorry, dude.
It's a pleasure. It's very okay.
Oh, well.
Pleasure to have you on today. I guess one of the questions I've been looking at your Instagram, and I see, big time fan of Marvel and DC. Going all the way back to your beginnings, do you remember if there was a specific character or a specific comic that started you on this journey of, I want to create images like this?
Specific character? I guess, like, if you go way back, like, when I was 3 years old.
That's what I want to do.
Ninja Turtles, for sure. That was a huge inspiration for me starting out. But I started out drawing all the time when I was a kid, drawing Ninja Turtles nonstop, Power Rangers and everything. And then at a certain point that kind of stopped in high school. Like I stopped drawing and everything. And I kind of focused on the sciences. And I actually had a scholarship to university for biomedical science. And at the last minute, I realized that's not what I wanted to do, and I wanted to get back into the art thing. So I made a complete 180 and switched. And I'm glad I did.
Well, you gotta trust your gut sometimes for those.
That's
big
right.
projects.
Yeah.
And so, but back to the Ninja
Yeah,
Turtles.
I don't have an
thing,
issue with the
Was there a specific
interviews.
Turtle? Was it
I
were
just
you
don't
more
think
of a
it's the best
Shredder
time to
guy?
do it.
Like what?
Yeah.
But
really drew you in?
that's the format that
I
they're
like
already
the
applying
novels,
for this.
sure.
So
I like the swords. So
The swords.
yeah.
That beats
Yeah.
all.
I don't have an issue. I like
Yeah,
to
beats
hear from the creators.
The
It's just
staff and the nunchucks.
the way they're doing it with this format is kind of weird.
It's very important as a young kid to know which weapon trumps the other ones. Yeah, that's very important. And so, what were you drawing when you were making that 180 pivot? Was it mostly drawing? Were you doing 3D stuff? Like, what kind of was your gateway into this profession?
Well, I found some artists online. Like DeviantArt.com was pretty big back then when I was in high school, and
Still is in some ways.
I saw what people were doing there, and I saw that everyone was drawing and painting digitally, and so I thought that was exactly what I had to do. So I went out and bought a tablet and just kind of started redrawing. I started drawing again digitally.
Hey, Batman, how you doing? Yeah, we're
It's
here
pretty
for the
rough at
pain.
start,
It's
but
like
I kinda
we love the pain.
kept at it and improved from there. So
Oh my
definitely,
gosh.
yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
And I don't know,
Any,
to be honest with you, how it's going to be tomorrow or Sunday. At this point, I'm just like, if today really sucks,
as
I'm probably not gonna
know
live
you're
stream
gonna
tomorrow
make
or
that money.
Sunday. I'm just gonna say,
Yeah.
forget it.
Kept you going? What was the thing that kept you on the track?
Yeah, I don't know. It's been so lackluster.
So I went to,
the whole thing so
animation
far.
School. That's how I went.
Disappointing.
into
Yeah, there's some new
illustrating
stuff and
basically
some
through
cool
animation.
stuff, but
And I think just
I think it's
drawing
not
every
the
day.
pieces. I think it's
In
the
animation,
disservice that they
drawing
do
hundreds of
at
drawings
having
just
this
to make one
format to present
animation.
it.
And because you're
Um,
drawing so much so frequently, you find that you
I don't
improve
know.
pretty quickly.
I think it
So I
hurts
think
more
just
than helps.
Visibly seeing my improvement, that was the motivator that kind of kept me going, I think.
It is
So-
pretty impressive. Yeah, that I've never really thought about it that way. You are just drawing so much that there's a reason why my animator friends can just like whip
Yeah.
up a SpongeBob in 3 seconds. It's like, oh, because
Yeah.
you did that
Yeah.
for hours and hours and
Yeah,
hours.
hundreds of times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's how you become a real expert.
Yeah.
How did you transition from what were you doing before Sideshow, and how did you start working with Sideshow?
I was actually I started.
Yeah,
working
I'm telling you, it's
Sideshow
just
when I was still in school. When I was still in animation school.
it's been like
I
been not.
I started out.
I don't know how to say it. It's just
like prints.
I don't know.
kind of
I just
back in the day at Sideshow.
I'm regretting actually doing the live. I love to do the live stream, but I'm kind of regretting in some
Prints that
ways
would kind
because
of
it's
ship
like
with
I'm
the
putting so
statue,
many
like a
hours. I
small
could just be
print
doing
of the
videos and
statue or, like,
editing and
different
stuff. I'm talking
angle
about
or
some of the
something
cool
like that.
stuff. So next week you're gonna see a lot of videos on the channel
Seen those, yeah.
where I talk about a lot of
So
pre-order, some stuff that
that
is
used to be a
actually they were
pretty big thing
showcasing
back
here.
then, so that's
And it's
kinda
already on
how I
pre-order
got
from
my
Iron
start.
Studios and
Around this
also
time,
stuff
I
from
was doing a lot of
Kotobukiya that is coming.
work.
There's stuff from
Rendered-
Prime One
rendered-
Studio.
Rendered,
But I also want to talk about a lot of companies. A lot of
not
stuff that was
sketchy,
showcased
like
in
painted.
Wonderfest and is going on pre-order this
Exactly,
week.
Yeah.
Very,
Of course,
clean.
unfortunately, a lot of that stuff is only available in
It's
China,
definitely
but
not as good as it is now.
amazing
Back then,
stuff.
it was
And
like
there
10
there are
years
ways,
ago.
different retailers you can get some of that
Yeah.
stuff from, like Spec
Speaking of
Fiction,
rendered work,
and
how long
they are
did
killing
it
it over
take
there in Asia.
you
Right now,
to
they're
get
killing it
down
with the
to
art.
lighting?
And Sideshow
Because
just
that is an aspect of drawing.
Sideshow's just I don't know what they're doing. They're just dormant
so
or
many
something.
people don't even think about because
Yeah, that's the
natural,
paint.
but
It's
I
if
think
they're gonna do one reveal,
pretty clear
do it in
when you get
15
out.
minutes or so. Be done with it. Why you
I
have to
guess,
do a
like,
whole
you can
hour
start
thing?
off
2
with
hours,
basics, like
almost 2
basic
hours.
spotlights. It's easier to kind of plot where the
And
light
then of
is
course you got the
shadows are
afternoon
kind of thing.
thing, and then the evening, and then on
you kinda, like,
Facebook. It's
expand
just
out from there.
overkill.
So that's I
Just
think that's
overkill.
what I did. At the beginning, my lighting was always really simple. So I think
And then these interviews,
kinda
which I don't mind, but I don't think
around
if
very
they
basic,
should be
like,
included with
big
this whole
spotlights,
presentation
that helps
of the
a
boots.
lot,
It's
sure.
just
You must know how
I think
to
the
shoot,
wrong way to do it.
and light a scene in our three-dimensional
And
world to a certain
I
degree
don't know.
because of how meticulous you need to be with light sources in these images, right?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely.
Yeah, like I was
iteration
I was reading some comments this morning. I haven't really gone to Statue Forum that much. I really don't frequent there
Yeah, I wouldn't say
as I used to. But I was reading some of the comments, some of
What would you
the
say
threads,
is the
and
most
there was somebody that it was very funny, but the way this guy put it, he's been there forever, for
I'd say
years
just-
as a collector there.
just the initial
Prime One
drawing
took
something is
Sideshow's money, like lunch money,
canvas.
and ran with it. You know, like that's bottom line. I feel that a lot of collectors and a lot of collectors were
Yeah, because,
voicing that
even, like, doing
they're
sketches
putting their
takes
money
a while
somewhere
for
else.
something
They're
to
investing
look
in other companies.
good.
And
So you have to be able to
the amount of pre-orders people are getting from Sideshow is less and less,
know that it's gonna look
because
okay in the end.
you have companies like Queen Studios,
It's fun
Infinity
when you're
Studio,
making adjustments,
Prime One Studio, you got XM
and all
Studios,
that,
you
but
have
we're just
Iron Studios, a lot of studios.
through this year.
You have Weta Workshop, even Kotobukiya and the small stuff now. They have some cool stuff coming. It's
I
like
get that completely.
you don't really need to go through Sideshow unless you use them as a retailer, as a distributor in North America. Beyond that, there's nothing really exciting.
I think
Hey Edelson, how you doing?
really see it
Welcome.
in my work, but
Welcome back to the Freak Show.
When I was in animation and starting out, I was a huge fan of Mike Mignola. That was a big, huge
Yeah,
inspiration for me. I don't
another
know
one. It's like,
if you interviewed Rich before me, I don't know if he said the same thing, because I know that's his favorite.
and you know, these
too.
guys are cool. I don't have an issue with
yeah,
them, like with the artists and
but,
stuff. And
When they're good,
I think they also need
Yeah,
a space
yeah.
for them to express
I just
themselves and
love
to
that,
for the
like,
for the
design
collectors to
in his
know them
drawing.
better.
Like, it went beyond
But not in this
craftsmanship
presentation.
into,
Like for example, with the Prime One
design
presentation,
and
nobody,
shapes
we
and
didn't talk to the
forms and
sculptors, so
everything.
nobody
It
really
inspires me with, like,
asked the owner of the company,
imagery and,
you know, personal questions, and they
really
went straight
blocks
to
and
what
light
customers
and
want, which is the
shadows
products. And
yeah, I think
that should be the
it helped
case.
Me realize, or at least try to simplify things.
the new Deadpool
sometimes.
and Batman and Gargoyle today, yeah,
Not
yeah, they're
really,
gonna.
but,
This is
like,
the thing I was reading. I
making
think what they're
equally
trying to do,
maybe,
and you know, it's so
like,
historically
focus on
New York
kids
Con
and
has
fans
always
and
been
maybe other
more
things
of a final products, like, you know, in
and
this
that kind of
case
stuff, so-
the presentation of final products, the stuff
Yeah,
that is
that's
going
true, too.
out.
Yeah.
It's always been the case. San Diego Comic Con has always
Now
been
you,
the place where
you're
they
Canadian,
present
you're in
the
Canada.
new reveals,
Yeah.
and at New York Con they normally have small reveals, but primarily a lot of stuff that is going out. So that's historical.
influences you.
But the way they're setting it up now, and the way
really
the
like
industry is
old
growing and
Japanese art,
companies are revealing
like,
new stuff all the
with block
time,
prints and
then you got to keep up with it. You know, you have to also compete with the rest, not just to be sleep on
for the
your
same reason
victories,
Mike
like I feel
Mignola
like
stuff
Sideshow is
is
doing
really, like,
lately,
stylized and
and
simplified
be
and
dormant while
things
Prime One is killing it with
designed
reveals
out
every
on
week.
page.
And
So,
Iron Studios,
yeah, I really like the
almost every
Japanese
other week they
aesthetic,
have new
I think.
reveals. So
I feel like there might have been some.
you
of
want to
that
compete, you want to
classic
grab
monster.
attention, so you can grab the
Yeah.
customers' money. Then might as
Yeah.
well just start
No, for
doing more
sure, like,
reveals.
kind of streamlining and stripping things
I know
down.
they have
Those
projects,
were
so they need to
a
talk
huge
about it.
departure from my more like rendered superhero stuff. So
Yeah, this is the thing. Like it was went on pre-order, but we haven't seen it. They haven't talked about it. When are they gonna talk about it?
The origins of Sideshow itself.
That's a
but
that's a
also,
nice looking piece. I think
was one of
so.
the people who
So
presented those original
they should be the
images,
day, in
just,
my opinion, because
it's
they
just
haven't
fun.
really
Those
talked
are
about
fun
DC
pieces
stuff,
that you can just kind of
or
put
at least the stuff
anywhere
they only
that
talked about yesterday about what was that?
Dad's
We
desk
got the
or whatever,
reveal
you know.
of
yeah,
And
Black Canary,
they're singular,
and they talk about that Harley Quinn on the skates, on the roller skates,
Yeah,
but
fan of that.
there's other things I would like to talk
Well,
about, and I would like to see new
words
projects,
of advice
upcoming
for your
projects.
artists out there before we wrap up here.
I think the biggest
Yeah,
thing
that's it. Yeah,
I said
just the
a lot,
statues and the bus.
drawing
And
is
that's
the most
about it.
important
And you know,
thing.
then Iron Studios showcased their stuff.
Drawing from
Scooter
drawing
had
from
also
life
the
in any
stuff.
way, like drawing what you
But
see,
it's
like
been very
drawing people,
very poor,
going cafe.
you know,
I
in
mean, you can't really
reveals.
do
Not
it with
enough.
like
You know, I would say to
sketches
justify to have like a 5-day
subway
show, like a
sketching or
6-day show,
something,
because it's
or-
gonna be
or,
from
like,
Tuesday
drawing
all the way
classes
till
and
Sunday. So 6
just- I
days.
think
I don't know how they can
kind of force you to
justify
have to
that
adjust it
length
really
of
quickly.
time. They could have just do this in like 2 days, perhaps, like
all the other aspects of
Saturday and
drawing,
Sunday, or
like
Friday and Saturday,
like
and
your gesture,
have it all
your,
in one single
lighting,
shot,
everything.
and let
So
people
I
really
think,
discuss
yeah,
it. Even if it's just
draw from
one
life
day, a
as much as
lengthy
possible.
live stream of like even
Go
8-hour
out,
live stream,
go
that's
to paper
fine, and you
sometimes,
have
folks.
everything in
Yeah.
one single day, like on a Saturday where there's more people available to
Well, Ian,
watch,
it's been a delight
and then
to
that
have
leaves
you
everyone
here
talking
on the
about it on
show.
Sunday or
Ian
Monday,
McDonald,
the rest of the
everybody,
week.
art director at
But now they
Sideshow.
decided
Thank
to
you all so much
extend
for
it and
joining
stretch
us
it
and
this
watching the
far.
show.
It's
Stay
just,
tuned for more
I don't know,
from
it's just the
Sideshow
worst way
New
to do
York
it.
Con. And do not forget to Let Your Geek Side show.
Yeah,
Thanks
whatever.
so much.
Let's move on. Let your geek side show. Oh, whatever. Yeah, we saw the Alien Queen, which it's nice.
The 1968
This trailer,
Volkswagen
how many
bus.
times? I love Fluffy Book. How many times we
One
have
thing
seen
led
this
to another,
trailer?
Now there's 30 of them. My
Oh,
Volkswagens
gee.
are my babies, along with this guy right
Yeah,
here.
the Harry Potter guy. Stay
my
tuned for
glorified
that
man cave.
because
I already have it in my
actually
vault,
I'm working
that
on
when
some
I
videos.
die,
I was
this
working on
place
those
gets
videos this
turned over to the
morning
city
for
and
the
become a
Kotobukiya
museum.
stuff and
Only
the
the
Iron
Mexican
Studio stuff that
Graceland.
they
People
showcase
show
and is
up.
going
Don't
on
forget to get
pre-order
your fluffy
already.
T-shirts on the way out.
And I'm impressed with that piece, but
I'm
that's
one of
not
those
Sideshow.
people
That's
that
Iron
once I
Studios,
get
and I would
excited
love
about
for Iron
something, I
Studios
go
to have their
all the way
own
with it.
showcase at some point.
Every single room has a story to it. The conference room just has.
That would be nice to see.
that have happened over the last 20 years.
Iron Studios also doing one. So hopefully
How some collectors.
by the end of this year, because normally in Brazil they have the
No,
CCXP
it's
or the
gotta leave it in the
CXP. I
box.
forgot the name of the
No,
convention over
it's
there,
in the box.
and it's
Okay.
normally at the end of the year.
in the
But I don't know how it's gonna be with the
Every single one of my
COVID-19
Sideshow pieces is
dilemma.
out of the box. First
But
thing
if they
everyone says,
manage
"Oh
to
my
do
God,
that,
those are
of
nice,
course
don't
they're
take 'em
probably
out."
gonna do it in Portuguese.
That.
But if they manage to
Take 'em
do
out
it
of the
even
box.
for international customers, that would be nice. Hopefully they do that.
Welcome to my little collector corner. I turned this whole area into.
I love
my
this guy.
little,
But this trailer, we have
I don't
seen
even
it
know
so
what
many
you wanna call
times.
it, but this is where I keep all my cool stuff. This piece right here.
In December, thank you,
America
Edelson.
Shield.
So I would love for Iron Studios
Cool light.
to really have a nice showcase, not only for the Brazilian audience, but also one for the international audience. So that would be super cool if they can manage to do that, because Iron Studios has a lot of stuff right now to
Some people
offer.
have been following comics and superheroes since they were little kids, and now they're grown ups, and now they got their kids, and then they grew up. I keep forgetting how old I am now. You know, I'm an entertainer. I go up on stage and I want to relate to people. There's been bits that I've done in my show where I talk about comics, comic book heroes.
Man, that's a
movies,
nice
stuff like that.
collection
But
of
it's one of those things that does bring people together.
little
My name is
Volkswagen
Gabriel
RVs.
Iglesias, and I'm a sideshow collector. I collect chihuahuas too. If you haven't noticed, they just show up. They're like gremlins.
I love this guy, but come on. Why'd they have to have this trailer here? That Hulk looks awesome. Last year they showed their 110 Star Wars line, but no new since. Yeah, hopefully we can get to see more information. See more stuff this year.
Amy Chase.
Hey guys.
Finally.
I'm so glad to be back for day 4. We've got some giant size new reveals for you guys, so I'm very excited to just
What the heck?
get into this side of the booth.
The 3
again.
Series stuff. They talk about it. What was that on Wednesday?
Some classic horror figures. Marvel.
Don't tell me they're gonna
and of
talk about
course,
it again.
We wanted to kind of kick off and show off our amazing 3-0 figures.
Really?
Yes, you guys have been chatting.
You already
all
talk
these
about it on
social, and
Tuesday.
we
What was
like
that
to see when you
Wednesday?
guys are
We talk
excited, so
about
we
it.
want to bring you back to the 3-0 6-scale.
We don't
display,
need to see it
just get a
again.
Closer look at some of these figures once
It's
again.
been on pre-order for
So
like
starting
over a
off
year
with,
now.
Genos and Saitama. These are 2 6-scale figures from One Punch Man.
Man, I'm
very
telling
popular
you.
anime series, of course. And we are seeing
This
the
is just pure
standard
trolling
edition
by
of
now.
Genos currently, and then Saitama up top. There is a deluxe version that I believe is sold out for Saitama, but you can see he does come with a very serious expression pose or facial sculpt.
Yeah, they
He
talk
does
about
have
it
a
on
number of swap-out
Wednesday.
hands
Come
for
on.
posing, and his cape is
We
fully
gotta
tailored and
revisit all
wired
the
as
stuff
well,
that
so you
they
can get
talk
some
about
really
on
cool
Tuesday and
action dynamic
Wednesday.
posing in on the cape,
Yesterday.
which really enhances some of the
Really?
movement poses. when
Just
you
the way I like it.
yeah, and there's physics to be had in how high the cape is and how big the swoops are.
The
It's very-
higher the cape, the stronger the punch.
yes, that's exactly what it is. And then we have Genos, who is his cyborg kind of student, disciple, associate, whatever you'd like to call him in the hero organization. We are seeing a really cool configuration of Genos. He does come with magnetic pieces for his chest, so you can have the cyborg elements, but he does also come with tailored fabric costume elements as well, and he has LED light up functions in the hands. So those are both available for pre-order on our website right now, so you can go to sideshow.com to check those out. Also from 3-0, we've got the Night King from Game of Thrones, the kind of ultimate villain if you're adding the bad guys to your collection to go alongside the heroes that 3-0 has created. This is a very detailed figure straight from the show with an incredible likeness, and the Night King 6-scale figure has a unique designed body sculpt that is original to this figure. You can also see that he comes with his ice spear and ice sword, dual weaponry to bring eternal winter and night to Westeros, of course.
Now, Amy, I am seeing a lot of movement in the Night King's costume that he's wearing, but this is a fully sculpted piece?
He does have some mixed media with tailoring, but there's certain fabric materials that are heavier, kind of the faux leather elements. You can see he's got the heavy pleating on his skirts and his kind of crossed breastplate there, and I believe that some of the armor is sculpted. But yeah, there's a really nice blend that really gives it that kind of high fantasy costume feel to it.
And the light, the way the light's hitting it, it really gives you more of that. You can see a lot more of the detail.
I think there's another company. I was thinking about it, like Asmus Toys. Asmus Toys, it's a good company. I love their figures. They're not that cheap. Also 1/6 scale. But I think they have a Night King that looks better than this one.
Also available for pre-order on our website, as are the Elric
I think they
brothers.
do.
We're going to take a trip over to
I know
the
they have a lot of stuff from Lord of the Rings, but I know that they're starting into the. They've been doing some figures for
these sculpts that they are doing from the anime.
For Game of Thrones.
I love the way that they're interpreting the animated expressions and features of the characters.
But Asmus Collectibles is a good company,
Alphonse, of course, with his giant metallic
love the stuff
body.
they have.
There's some nice weathering detail on him, and I really like. He
Looking
does
at the
have a
website
synthetic
right
hair
now,
element on
I
the
think they
back of his
do.
head. I was surprised.
So I know
that
they
had been
showcased some
sculpted,
stuff
but
last
that is a nice
year.
way to get some
That's
more
San
into
Diego
the
Comic
pose.
Con.
He does have some tailored costume.
I love those
fabric
figures. They're
elements
good.
as
I just
And
don't
if you
see
get
the
the
point
deluxe
of
version
presenting
these figures, they do
this.
come with alternate,
Again, they
comical
only
expressions as
showcasing
well as
inventory
some-
stuff.
They do.
Yeah, they do have alternate expressions. And then Edward comes with cybernetic limbs as well. They both have swap out hands, so you can really create a lot of poses. And it's really nice to see they are a twin pack, so you can pose these figures in dialogue with one another.
Exactly. Your favorite scene from.
I've been thinking about getting
anime
those figures
and
for
just
some
pose it
reason.
now in real life.
And I'm not really
so
like
it's
a
really fun to
huge
consider
fan
because when
of
you do get
the,
this twin
in this
pack,
case, the
you have two
anime. I
figures
have,
to be
watched some
considering
of
for
it.
your pose.
And it's kind of
And the final
cool.
piece from 3-0
But I love
that
the
is also
figures.
available for pre-order right
I've been
now
thinking about
is
those.
The Bumblebee premium scale collectible figure. Now, I learned just before we got on camera that this figure has 90 points of articulation. That is a 9-0.
9D.
9D. And this is a die-cast figure as well. Incredibly sturdy, very beautiful, and it feels as close as you can get, I'm sure, to having an actual transformer in your hands.
No, it does
I
not.
think I saw it. What was it?
Right, it does
the
not
review of
physically
it.
transform.
My
However,
friend
he does
Dean,
come with a number of
Statue
swap-out
Hunter
elements and
75.
features. You can change his
He had it in
eyes,
his channel.
as a light-up feature
I think he
from
reviewed it. It's
the
been a
Century-
while. I don't know if he
Century
reviewed
Red
this
to,
one or
like,
the deluxe
friendly
version,
blue.
but I know he reviewed one
He does have his
not long ago.
Stinger cannon, and there's lots of different pieces that you can swap out, fully detailed. And I also see that there is there's like a
Statue Hunter is one of the OGs of YouTube,
element
one of the
as
first
well.
reviewers
This is
here.
an incredibly complex and beautiful
And
figure.
we have,
of
he hasn't
Bumblebee,
really done
especially
much
if you're a fan
lately.
Of the
He
film, if you're
still
a fan
does
of
things, but
Transformers,
not
this is kind of
statue
the
related.
ultimate transformer to get your hands on for your collection.
And we're sort of seeing Bumblebee's, I like to nickname it the battle portrait.
Yes.
Does it come with a different one as well?
Yes, it does come with the. I consider that a softer portrait.
There we go.
The classic Bumblebee,
Yes.
which is not in the attack mode.
Yes. In friend mode.
Yes. Bumblebee, all Transformers have attack mode and friend mode,
Exactly.
except for maybe the Decepticons, but that's another story.
I don't know if Decepticons have a friendly mode, even with each other.
I don't think so at all. But again, this is the Bumblebee premium scale collectible figure from 3-0, an incredible crown jewel type piece in your Transformers collection. All the things that you have seen here on this podium are available for pre-order on Sideshow's website currently, so you can go to Sideshow.com. I was going to give the con short link, but Sideshow.com, type in the search bar. All these beautiful pieces are by 3-0.
That's amazing. And what
Oh,
a
you
great
know
way to
what?
kick off
Yeah,
our
I'm
morning
right.
show. Now,
This
Amy,
is the
what is
one.
next? What's next in our booth today?
Guy who didn't really want to share the podium spotlight with anyone else because he was so
Oh, look at that. That's the PCS.
PCS 1/3 scale Venom statue here.
Man, that
This
thing is massive.
This is 1/3 scale Venom, and this is specifically based in the Marvel gaming universe of Marvel's Strike Force, which is a very popular mobile game that I have tried to dip my
It's going to
toes
be
into,
super
but I
expensive,
also
like
know that I
probably
can't
the
get
Venom
addicted to Marvel
pool, which
games.
I don't care much about.
Pour one out for
But this
everybody.
Venom
That
looks
was my
good.
favorite.
And I'm sure a lot of
but
people are
this
going to
is-
jump
this
on
is
it
Venom.
because it's
I
not
mean,
necessarily, you don't have to
It
have
is
it
Venom.
This is our first
display
reveal of him,
with,
so I don't have the exact height, but what I can tell you is this thing is towering over both Wendy and myself.
And then just for
Yeah, you don't have to
references,
display
our
this with
height
the
again.
I am
Gamerverse
5'9",
or whatever. You
standing
can
next to
display
this
it with
thing.
other
5'1", but I
1/3
wore what I
scale
like to call my
pieces,
tall people shoes
marble pieces.
today. So I think I am at about a a spicy 5.3.
All right. And I know we'll show another PCS Marvel Gaming collectible shortly that is 2 feet tall, and that'll be the advanced suit Spider-Man. So this guy, and they're kind of facing off across the room here where there's some bad blood going, but he is well over 2 feet
Man, that
tall.
Venom looks good.
Wow.
This piece is entirely sculpted, and I really like with Venom sculpts from a lot of different manufacturers, they really get a nice distinction between the black symbiote and then the white elements that Venom has copied from Spider-Man's suit.
Yes.
Those
Yeah, for sure. And they're trying to give them my money, but they won't let me. Yeah, that's the point. You're like, you want to buy, you know, a lot of people are interested in paying something, buying something from Sideshow, but if they're not offering anything that is worth your money, then you have to go somewhere else. You know, because
symbiote.
But you know, the stuff that is more exciting right now from them is that they've been showcasing this stuff from other companies. Like this one, I really like this Venom. This Venom looks good, but it is not Sideshow. It's PCS.
Between Venom himself and the base that he stands on, as far as the like different levels of glossiness, as far as that goes.
That thing is
And
huge.
there's actually, it's almost a different tone of black that really complements the figure and gives him a boost as he is preparing to leap. He's very nicely balanced on one leg, and it is a nice action shot. But yeah, there is a nice distinction where the base is simple but detailed and has that continuing symbiote motion throughout the piece.
And I also like having it, seeing it kind of dripping off of him, reforming. You can almost see it in your mind as it's like animating.
Yeah, and there's a lot of really great
Very nice sculpt. The face is very classic, very comic accurate in my opinion. Love that. He does have a little bit of that
I really like how detailed
Mark Bagley detail.
There. I really like that a lot. You can
With the
kind of see
tongue and the face and the way the body's sculpted is very Mark Bagley. So yeah, I think this is a winner for a 1/3 scale collection.
Absolutely.
Marvel collection.
Those smaller symbiote tendrils.
And even if you have a 1/4 scale piece, you can even pair this monster because in some cases he has always been depicted like a huge, beast. So that's an option there.
Coming soon. You can RSVP to be notified when it
But
comes
I'm telling you, the price of this one is going to be crazy.
I know similarly.
Hey, you got some of the Star Wars stuff back there.
Also launched a new website. It's going to be collectpcs.com.
You're gonna look at some of the Star Wars stuff.
I believe you can check out their new releases there as well. Collectpcs.com. Now, similarly, we've seen from them before the Venom pool.
You're right, Batman. I think like Venom fans right now are excited just to look at this piece.
Are very similar in scale.
That thing is a monster. That's huge, but I think that's an impressive piece, and it's beautifully done. And I'm not really a big Venom fan.
The sheer size of Venom pool.
Besides, the 90s stuff. But
no,
you cannot touch those teeth.
Don't touch.
That's worth checking out and worth considering.
I think once the camera gets a nice final good look at the symbiote, we're going to swing across to the podium with our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. This is the 1/3 scale statue Spider-Man.
I always like this Spider-Man. I really love this one.
Collectibles. He did debut at New York Comic-Con last year. This is based on, of course, Marvel's Spider-Man.
It's a very nice one for sure.
That is getting a beautiful remaster soon, which is very exciting.
Remaster?
This piece
the video game.
Almost ripped right out of the screen from an epic boss battle with Martin.
This one, it would be nice in this case, I would say it would be nice that they have a variant of this with the classic suit. I will definitely go for that variant.
With Peter Parker, and
But I love that vase. This was very impressive last year.
Really nice dreamy green with
Look at that.
Peter's now iconic advanced suit. And
very nice base. Love the effect,
really
that
nice pop of white. I mean,
the smoky effect of that creature on the base. Love the color, how it shines.
This piece is so eye-catching, literally
it
from
is.
base to top.
I think
the coloring.
This one with Venom, you have to pair them. They're gonna look so good together.
This gorgeous. You called it like a ghostly green.
Yeah.
It's almost translucent.
Yeah, that's the old Mythos Boba Fett. Yeah, I think that's why I saw a video with Jen Mint where he was showcasing the stuff, the Star Wars stuff, and they pretty much have everything we have seen so far. I didn't see nothing new unless they have something else, but they were showcasing everything that the Mythos line had so far, and I think that's what we're gonna see in a moment if they present it. What's that in the back?
Is like a protective armor for more sensitive.
That thing that is kind of shiny gold.
And the blue is for
what's that?
The blue fabric is where he.
Oh, that's a Wonder Woman. Hard to see from here.
Red is slightly more armored as well.
Hopefully we get to see that.
Areas like the shoulders. They've captured a lot of.
I don't know if that's stature or I think they look like a smaller scale.
And I think that is just really cool. And so this is
Figures?
a 1/3 scale.
Oh, those
fabric.
are figures.
It measures 24 inches tall, and that is because Peter Parker is leaping dynamically. So imagine if he was standing all the way up. But I really like this. This
Yeah,
pose
that's a
that they've
nice
gotten him into.
Spider-Man.
And both of these PCS pieces that we just saw, both in their dynamic form, and I just kind of want to throw back to the Venom one that we just saw, that the Venom piece will also come with a second portrait.
Oh, okay. Venom will come with a second
Cool.
portrait, and then that
What kind of
leads me to
portrait?
Spider-Man does have an
Like a
exclusive
classic?
edition.
Ooh.
The exclusive edition
Or
comes with
open?
a flexible web accessory that you can thread through his back hand
Stop.
and kind of have him swinging from web to web. So that's really cool. You can see it
okay.
on our website, both the exclusive edition
gotta
and the
look it up.
collector's edition of Spider-Man, which is what you are currently
I've seen
seeing
it,
here.
but I haven't really
They
paid too much
are
attention
available
to
for
it.
pre-order for 1,100 USD.
But I want to
and
see it.
the
It's nice to
exclusive
see it
limited
here
edition
and kind of like in
250
person, even though we're
pieces,
not
and then
there.
the collector's edition
But
is
through this
500
video, it's kind of
pieces.
nice to
This
see it
exclusive
now
is
from different
already low
angles.
stock, so if you want to pre-order
Looks
it,
a lot
you're gonna
better
want
than the
to
Snag it
pictures
now.
on.
jump on that.
Amy, as I'm kind of
Online.
looking at this figure, I am realizing how 360 all the effects, because there's a nice
Yeah, that would be
little
if they
whirling
get like a
effect
variant
that I
at some
see
point.
towards this
If
side
this
as well.
does
that
well, I would
didn't quite
definitely,
notice
I would
before
say
because
a
I was so
variant of
focused
this with
on
the
the
classic
front,
suit.
where the
What's
action
that?
was,
Look
but
at that! You see the
really
Joker
everywhere
there?
you look,
They have the Prime One
there is
Studio
so much to be
Joker.
seen on this figure.
Yeah, and it's great that PCS has really thought about it from a
You want the
360
Blitzway Prime
degree,
One Studio Joker?
way, because there are so many great ways that you can pose Spider-Man. I mean, I'm
Man,
going
that was
to
a
look
quick
at him
glance.
from his profile with the swing, but of course some people are going to want to have.
Wait
him
a
coming
minute,
straight
what is
towards
that
them.
mythos
So there's
there?
a lot of,
Is that a
ways
new
to
Boba
consider where you're
Fett?
going to pose this in your collection.
I
And
don't
from
remember
any
the
angle,
one in
there
the
is
center.
detail going on throughout this piece, really recreating the epic battle with Mr.
I didn't
Negative
see well.
from the video
We'll see in
game.
a
So
moment
there's-
after
there-
this.
You can rest
Hopefully they
assured
go
placing
there.
this anywhere on your shelf and having a full immersive display from the game.
Love that
I mean,
smoke
if I had enough
effect.
room in my house, I would.
That's the
definitely
way
get
you
both
do smoke.
Spider-Man and Venom, and just have them face off each other.
Oh,
Maybe
absolutely.
Maybe I'll kind of move them to further parts of the house so they can do a little hide and seek and play with each other. But you know.
I know, and it's great that we've got all of these different Marvel game pieces that really work in the same world, but in different ways for game fans who are getting to see these characters realized in a new way.
Yeah. Amazing. And what is next, Amy? What do we have next?
We're going to stay in the
Please.
realm of the 3rd scale, but we're going to take it over to Iron Studios, who's bringing us something a little
Iron
cinematic.
Studios. This is different.
We're going to be very excited about this.
What?
I'm very excited that we have this here.
Wow.
This is the Joker 1/3
I thought that was
scale
the-
statue by Iron Studios from, of course, the
Wow.
hit film Joker.
Although I
This
think it's
is
overkill with
an
so many of these
amazing-
Joker statues. Every company's making one.
From the.
It looks
iconic
cool,
stair
but I
dancing,
still
if you
think
will,
that
down
the
to water.
Blitzway
Even
Prime one is
in the
better,
puddle there,
and even the
you know,
one
a little
that
bit of
Queen
that-
Studio
that,
presented.
you
But
know,
look at the
trash
effect of the
debris,
water
if
when
you
he's
will,
kicking
on
the
stairs. Yeah.
It really adds
puddle.
environment to the scene. And yes, this is Iron Studios. Most people are probably accustomed to seeing their 10th scale pieces,
Yes.
but their 3rd scale pieces are no less detailed. This is an incredible.
It's nice, but I don't know
realization of
about the head
Joaquin
sculpt.
As the
It's,
Joker.
I
Yes,
think,
as he triumphantly
you know, it's
dances
hard to
down
compete with
that are
what
now
Blitzway
called, I
did.
believe, the Joker stairs. Like people
People
actually.
actually go. You can go and take a photo there.
And so this is just.
I
If
think.
you're gonna capture any moment from the film, it's gonna be this one.
I think it's
This is a
people are
full
going to
sculpted
get
piece
this,
as
but
well.
I
You
don't
can
think
see
it's
he's
going
got a
to
very detailed costume, but it is
match as
all
well as the
sculpted
other one. But I love the water
from
effect,
the outside suit jacket,
and
to
it's an
the,
interesting
inner dress
pose.
shirt, the vest, and all the way down to the laces on his dress shoes.
And I love that a little bit of his blue socks are.
But I'm sure
peeking
that
out
people
from
in
the leg
Brazil
that
they
he's
love the
kicking.
design.
Yes.
It looks really, really phenomenal.
Definitely
And
is
to just
good.
kind of
Look at that.
hone it a little bit
He's
more
kicking
on
the water, and the
detail,
way they doing
the
that.
wrinkles on his face. It's a perfect replica of what we've seen in the.
That one
film,
is fully
down to the
sculpted, I
details of the
see.
hair,
This
everything.
one.
This is a fantastic display.
The movement of the hair, I do love when when any Joker figure has that kind of look of the makeup really being hand applied. So there's little variances in the makeup that are not 100% 100% picture perfect. And I'm a sucker for water effects as well, so I
Yes.
do love that.
Since we're go ahead. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
sorry, no, there's even like puddling on the base where he's not
was just
stepping.
Yeah, I think so. I think in that
Details
sense,
of the
it's
little part where,
more.
like, we're looking at the same
It's a
thing,
nice
we're looking
piece,
at
but I don't
so
think.
much.
it will
Which is-
compete
which
in
is
the
great. That's
end
what you
as
want
good
when you
as with
see,
the
when you see a piece such
with,
as so impressive as this one.
with the
And
Prime
you see the
One
details. We
and
see a little bit more
the
detail
Blitzway, the Prime
towards
One
the back
Blitzway
of this
and
figure. A little
the Queen Studio.
I
I
don't
think
wanna
they
call
took
Easter
it to
egg,
another
but as
level
the camera
with
spins
the
around, you guys will
Joker.
see
But it's
what
kind of
is
interesting
on the
that they're
back of the
also
piece, and
trying.
you have a newspaper clipping.
And to see
Yeah.
this,
Well,
and for some people that is going to be out of their pretty much of their way,
we-
you know,
we
to
love it
purchase
when,
that one. Maybe I don't know how much the price of this
manufacturers
one will
think
be,
about the statue
but I
all
imagine
around.
with the
I
cost
don't
for
know how
some
many
people,
will
depending on
be
where you
displayed
live,
from
this
the
might be
backside,
more
but this is a
affordable
fun little, like,
than the
Easter
one
egg or
from
something
Queen
to know
Studios.
when the collectors are like, yeah.
Although
there's a
Queen Studios
secret
also
on the back.
has
And of course,
a
we do have
distributor
the
in
Gotham
Brazil,
Examiner
so
with the headline Killer Clown on the loose.
I will go for
I looked at this up
I love the
close
Queen
before we
Studio
went on
version.
camera.
I think the Prime One, the
It has
Blitzway, is
all
the best
trappings of a
one.
legitimate
But I love what they
newspaper
did with the
front
whole
page. There is a weather report for Gotham.
seating
There's an
thing
exclusive
with
on
the Queen
page
Studio.
5. This is such a delightful.
Yeah, it will be
detail.
cheaper
it
than
is,
both
there it
of
is,
them.
that-
So I
that
think
close
that's
up.
what's going to
Yeah,
probably
I do
turn
love
some
the way
people
in
more
which it looks
towards
like
this
it's
option.
blowing onto the back of the stairs,
And
kind of held
but
there
yeah,
by the
it's
wind.
not as
Wind, yeah.
good as the other
It's,
two.
it's so perfect, and it
So,
really
and the
ties
end
in
is
the
you get what you pay
entire-
for,
Not
so.
just the piece, but kind of if you're a lover of the film, it ties everything together, and that's just the cherry on top.
Yes, and it's nice to also have a piece of the detritus, as you kind of mentioned, that actually does add to the story of the scene. I mean, the smashed up aluminum
Clown
can
on
and
the
the
loose.
balled up newspaper are great, but to have this little Easter egg on the back for collectors is a fun conversation piece when you
Yes.
are showing off in your collection. Now, this is a new reveal from Iron Studios, so you can go to side.show/coming.
Wow, Iron Studios with this one, out of the left field with this
I
one.
love this so much, and the detail again is extremely it's remarkable, really. As I keep looking at up and down and up and down to how and I know you already mentioned this, but how wet the steps look. I don't know what kind of effects they put in there, but it looks so realistic. And as a lover of the movie, looking at this piece, I can hear the music as he starts his dance down the steps.
I think when collectors get this piece in hand, they too will be doing their dance down the Joker steps.
Should we?
Enjoy.
I can't do it as well as Joaquin
Gotta be
Phoenix.
careful because we got prototypes around here, but
Short reaches, short reaches.
that is exactly how you will feel.
Exactly.
In the most
look at this.
in the most joyous way.
Just
Man,
build us
so
some
today
stuff and
it's
we'll
going
come
to
down next
be
time. Next
everybody
year's
else
booth.
Yeah, next
except
year's booth.
Sideshow
There we go.
stuff.
Now, we do
Again.
have some more Iron Studios pieces to show you, and we are keeping in that DC Comics realm. So we're going to go over here. We've got a couple of different scales going on over
Okay.
here. We have not only
stuff that
Iron
we've
Studios
seen,
kind of classic 10th scale,
at
but we do have some
summer
of their
presentation.
Mini-Co figures. So let's
I really
actually
like. I
start
talked
with
about
these
already
Mini-Co
about that
pieces. We've got two
Batman and
different
Joker
versions
on
going
the
of
surfboards.
Batman
I
and
really
the
like
Joker.
those.
Yes.
Again, because they
Those Mini-Co I
can't
don't care
have one
much
without
about.
the other necessarily. So we have the Joker Mini-Co from The Dark Knight and Batman Mini-Co from The Dark Knight, and those are the two pieces up front. Love the details.
They
on
teased it
these.
a month ago on
love
Instagram. I
that
didn't
the
pay
Joker
attention,
has
although
his
I really pay
clothes
attention to a
and
lot
then,
of stuff
of
on
course, his
Instagram.
clown mask.
It's
And we
right now. I'm
also
so
have
busy doing a lot of
kind
stuff, videos, and
destroyed
doing
road,
a
basically,
lot of
to the
things in my
kind of
life that
street,
really don't follow with
markings running
everything.
through
But
but I do like
it's
that there's
cool.
distinct
You know,
features on
it's
Batman's
cool.
face,
I really like
especially,
it. Well, I like the design. I like that they trying
Nice.
with that Joker, but I
Nice.
still
It's
believe
all-
that
it's always in the
it's
details.
not as good
And
in
that's
the
what I
end
like about
as
collecting figures
what the
and
other
statues
companies
is-
are offering.
is
So
you may own it in
the
your
price
home,
might be the
but sometimes
factor
you
that
look
will
at it from a different angle and you
turn a lot
realize,
of
well,
people
this has been
to
sitting
go
here
for
a
it
long time, and I
rather
don't
than going
remember
for the
seeing
other
this,
two
and
that
it's
are
a new
more expensive
discovery
and
every
harder to
time.
find.
And that's what I really like about collecting.
It encourages you to change out your collection, interact with your pieces every
I've
once
never
and
been
again.
crazy
Maybe
about
when
this
you're
type of
dusting them off,
design,
find a
so
new detail.
Exactly.
whatever.
And then we also have a couple of, we got the Batman and the Joker from Batman '89. I think this is a really fun little set. I like that their bases actually do match up together. I don't believe they are
Microphone.
have to fit together, but they do display in a nice proximity piece. And of course, we do have the kind of Jack Nicholson style Joker,
Yes.
and then the Keaton style Batman. And I love the variances between every different Batman. This is the signature Mini-Co style with the slightly larger head and eyes, very pronounced brow. It's very cute, but it packs a lot of detail into and makes each character distinct.
Yeah, I love the feature, the facial expression on Batman. I know a lot of it's covered up by the cowl, but there's so much, you can read so much into that as he's looking at the Joker.
Yes. Yeah, and especially when you do pair these pieces together and they kind of get in dialogue with one another. It's great when the manufacturers, they consider, hey, people might want to have the additional characters, but only having one or the other does not detract from the display at all.
Exactly. You wouldn't know if you were missing a quote unquote second part if you never told anybody. You know, because we have a lot of fans, I'm sure, who collect all various pieces of Joker and different incarnations of Joker as well as Batman. You can have a whole display case of just Joker and a whole display case of just Batman.
Yeah, sometimes you got to keep them separate.
Exactly.
But yes, these Minico pieces have been quickly stealing my heart every time I see them at these different shows. Okay, so we've also got a couple of 10th scale statues here. Now, we did see...
I really talk about those Wonder Woman statues too. The 1/10 scale collection is really doing well.
But they are no less delightful now. These are...
I haven't seen these yet.
Really?
Not in person.
Oh, okay.
Not in person.
They are so much fun.
Oh my gosh.
Please do get closer.
Can I?
Yeah.
I'm checking out the
I'm telling you, if I work for this company,
a little pattern on the
I'll be actually paying attention to everything they do.
Yeah.
Like I'd be like, even if I work in accounting or whatever,
A lot of fun movement in these
business or customer service, because that's more based on my experience, work experience, I will find a way just to go
lots of fun detail
and really get acquainted with the products instead of, oh, you know, this is the first time I'm seeing it.
in polystone. They're hand
But that's just me. I've always been like that in every company that I work, every business I ever work. I like to get acquainted with the products because that's the best way to really know and
I really
help your
like
customers.
this one, and I love that.
And I
as
would
far
love
as
it.
surfing
With
goes,
Sideshow,
that
it wouldn't be
Joker
a
is just
working for Sideshow wouldn't be for me something so hard to
on one
do.
leg, very, very high
I would
up.
love to be
Clearly,
there
he's got
every
a
day.
lot of core strength.
I'm looking at the stuff
And then I
with
kind of
the
want to take a
company's
look
producing.
at Batman as well. He's holding since we're talking about details
And everything
here,
they distribute.
The spray can. I'm gonna try to read it. It says shark repellent, and of course there is
Shark
the
repellent.
yellow trunk with a lot of little designs on it. I'm trying to get a little bit close. Are those bat? I can't really see from where I am because I'm not as close as I can get. But I really, really like these. And Amy, you were saying that it was
Yeah, Mini could look like
cover of
overpriced
the
Funko
show.
Pop. Yeah.
Batman 66.
I don't like the
Batman
pops.
66,
The
yes.
Funko thing, I never really find the love for that. I don't know how people love that kind of stuff. I don't know. In my opinion, they kind of look tacky. But I don't want to disrespect anybody that is listening or watching this, and you're a collector of Funko Pops.
Pre-order, I think that they went up for pre-order since.
But it's not my thing, so I respect whoever it does.
Give me such a laugh every time I
So
see them.
that's the
I do
thing with
love that
Minico.
nice
It kind of
little,
looks like that, and
kind
it seems like a lot of
ripple
companies
the
are
wave
going
of
into
the
that route. Even
shadows
Prime
and
One with that, the little Batman color Batmans and stuff.
Outrageous.
I don't know why
poses
they
there.
want to
There's
go
really a
that.
lot
It seems that
going
they
on if
do
you
sell
think
well.
about
People
it,
love that kind
from
of stuff.
Especially Joker's one leg standing pose, his balancing pose, to just like you said, the curl of the wave, and their super vibrant surfboards.
Yes, with a nice iconic little logo going on, and I do like the simplicity of the color of the surfboard.
I do
because
too.
It really puts the focus on the character.
I really like that
I
Joker.
think these would definitely be conversation starters.
And
in
the
any
color and
collection.
contrast really, really pops on the Joker as well.
Yeah, and I don't know if I mentioned or clarified, but these are entirely sculpted. So for as detailed as the suits and the board shorts, I mean, I had the hardest time over the summer figuring out.
Yeah, I gotta
those
give
board
that to
shorts
Iron
for
Studios. They
Those
do it
are-
very
you
good
wanna
with
try to
the
touch it?
sculpts, with
No,
their
I've learned, but they
pieces.
are
Like the
sculpted.
detail and the textures are, they look very like kind of like cloth.
I was gonna say, we do
So
have
they're
a
very
couple
good
of
at that.
other
That's something that Iron
cinematic
Studios is good
pieces
at.
From the
My
DC.
girl.
Oh,
My Wonder Woman.
so beautiful. So we did see the Wonder Woman Deluxe 10 scale statue during the summer, but I did want to focus in on that again because with that resplendent gold armor costume, like that is, I am so excited that this look is getting a cinematic realization because it's kind of based on the
Every
Kingdom
company
Come
makes these
comics,
chibi
but this
versions.
is
Prime
an
One, Hot Toys,
entirely
Iron Band.
reimagined,
Yeah, everyone does it, but
Golden Eagle
to me,
armor
it's like even if
for,
they whoever makes it,
1984.
doesn't matter who makes it. Still not. It's not my cup of tea. But yeah, a lot of companies produce these things, and it's like becoming so popular. It's like a money-making thing. Like people want that, and I kind of see the appeal for some because like they come in numbers or whatever. Like for example with the Funko Pops, and you have all these different variants, the colors, and I know that appeals to some people. But to me, it's like
details from the
I don't.
base to
I'm
the
not.
pants,
It's not
and to the
something that
dynamic
moves me
action
as a
of
collector.
her lasso looks really.
But everyone
really,
is doing it
fantastic.
right
And her
now.
hair too, in motion.
It's the new
Yes,
trend, I
there's a lot of
suppose.
beautiful motion lines and curves in this piece, and I really like. Yeah, again, the shape of the wings and how every kind of.
I really
set of
like that
feathers
Wonder Woman with
is,
the little girl,
Slightly differently sized,
the
but
little
they're all
princess.
they're all very uniform, giving it that.
I like that.
magical quality, but also very very expert kind of like forging in the Themysciran armory, I'm sure, where it may come from. And yeah, the eagle.
I think the night statue, the one that was at Quinn Studios, had with the 1/4 scale of this.
There is an unhelmeted
portrait. Wonder Woman.
It
looks amazing too. I love that one. Very nice piece. I talk about it too.
Yes, and she is on a really cool kind of environment type base. That kind of.
I like the base.
Fans who are familiar with the comics, and I know that she's facing down Cheetah.
Yes.
There is a lot of nature kind of symbolism in the character, or nature relation in the character.
Jungle.
And she is available for pre-order on our website right now.
I really love this one, and I remember the first time I had just seen like a photo of this, but to see it in person is always different. It's a whole different experience where you get really, really excited. And of course, seeing it in person means you get to spot different details and different things, kind of like we talked about earlier, you know, with various pieces, and you're looking at it over and over again. And I just can't get over all the incredibly sculpted details from all this is a lot of detailing from the sculpting in the wings.
Again, yeah, beautiful cast in polystone, hand painted. And I did just verify, there is actually a Cheetah companion piece on our website up for pre-order right now. So if you do want to see the environment, I was like not 100% sure if that was just me making that up or
yeah, it would be nice if they would have brought that one so you can have both displayed together.
I need both.
Proximity to
that would have been nice.
I don't know why they didn't do it. I am so pumped to see these two facing off with each other.
All right.
And moving on to the next one, we have not one but two Wonder Women.
We've got two Wonder Women. This is Wonder Woman and Young Diana. This is a 10th scale statue as well from Wonder Woman.
That's a nice one. I like that one. The simplicity of it, but the
kind of shows
the powerful message of it too.
To becoming a hero, Wonder Woman takes from her young days in Themyscira to becoming, of course, the symbol of peace.
And I think the film, I heard that there's some talks in bringing it
the Amazonian training
for streaming services and pretty much on Christmas. So we'll see, because I really want to watch that film. This year has been really sucky with
the younger
movies.
Diana, I love her gladiator sandals. Is that what those are called?
Yes. That's what I
Did you see that we're making the Go Wonder Woman 2 is the company that made the 1/3 art reflect for 23
in Amy terms.
Yes, they're Amazon, so it's good enough for me. But yes, a lot of beautiful detail in the costumes for both of these characters, and it is really cool to see. The
art reflect, the one that he's kind of carrying the bags you're talking about. I saw that. I wasn't really impressed about that piece, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's like a lot of Jokers are coming everywhere, and I was like, as much as I like the movie, sorta, I feel that there's right now the market is overcrowded with so many pre-orders for Joker, and many of them are really expensive. Where there is Buzz, where there is this full statues, 1/3 scale. I think there's maybe some smaller scale. There are too many pre-orders, and
don't forget you can go to side.show/n.
I don't know if that's
con.
That, you know, there's the market for that. I guess there is, because people seem to like the character.
And we've got booth tour photos and giveaways and all of our other information going on there.
I honestly don't know how you keep all that information in your head. You're a walking dictionary, and I love it. I wouldn't want a booth tour without you.
Oh, thank you.
And what I really like about
I talk about it this week. I have a video where I talk about Quinn Studios, where they have the stuff that they had at Wonderfest.
Wonder Woman film, and we know
I had that. I talk about it
in this film, but I haven't.
I gotta check it out.
Diana, as far
but there's two companies.
And this is actually my
I don't know. I talk about Quinn Studios already. This week, if you go back into my videos and you look at that, the stuff at Wonderfest, I did talk about the Wonder Woman they released, and also the new Joker statue they have, the one that he's sitting down in his pretty much in this room with
collectibles,
the mirror and all that stuff.
Baby Superman.
I saw those, but there's another company I know that they also is releasing some big statues. I don't know if they're doing it. I gotta check it out. I gotta look it up on Facebook,
Amy,
perhaps.
This has been just a chock full of really amazing things that we got to see already today. Is there anything else that we want to take a look at?
How are we doing on time? Because we've got some horror figures that we haven't taken a look at yet.
We should
Please, let's move on.
Yeah, let's go.
I already talked about it too long.
Then.
So we're going to go ahead and swing around, and we're going to go right to the iconic horror figures.
Yes, we've got
Amy,
What?
It's
Terrifying.
October. It's Sideshow New York Con, but it's also
well.
October. It's the time for spooky season.
Yes, we've got a terrifying trio here who did make
Man,
their
they got
debut
this figures
SummerCon,
at the
but
summer
now
presentation.
the
They were
boys are
talking
out
about
because
it.
This is their season. I mean, this is
And I
the
think
perfect
they
season.
was
We got a couple of
Spectacular
these
is
already on
coming
pre-order, so
also
if you did
by
see
the
them
end of
for the
this
first
month.
time at the summer convention and you are looking to add them to your collection, you can go to Sideshow.
Why they don't talk about it on
Ghostface
Spectacular?
and Michael Myers are currently pre-ordering, and I have a feeling that Leatherface will be chasing his way to your collections very soon as well.
And Amy, I'm not sure if you mentioned just as we were over at the Wonder Woman and Young Diana piece, but those are available for pre-order right now.
Oh, it is available for
It's available.
pre-order.
I just got confirmation.
Thank you for the update. Yes, so those Iron Studios, the Wonder
You come
Woman
to the
pieces are both
presentation and
available
you don't
for
know
pre-order.
the stuff that is on
Correct,
pre-order
that we
and
saw.
you're gonna present
But
it?
now we're
Come
gonna take a little
on.
focus on our
Been on
horror
pre-order
trio.
for a
Let's
while.
talk Michael Myers because he actually just went
Couple
on
of weeks
pre-order
already.
yesterday.
The shape.
The shape. This is the Michael Myers Deluxe 6th scale figure, and you may be asking, why is he deluxe? Is because he comes with a loadout that would terrify anyone to recreate all of your favorite scenes from the original Halloween film. So this is Michael Myers, as inspired, of course, by his original appearance in the 1978 film. He has a fully sculpted head sculpt with the sculpted hair, but he does have a tailored fabric costume with the blue work coveralls. There is a black undershirt as well. Just a beautiful
I've never been a
representation
fan
his
of
sheer
horror.
size
If
and silhouette.
kind of like some elements of
love
horror,
that
but I've never been a
mask
fan of
sculpt.
horror
You can
films,
see
so
both
they don't
the
really
seam
sway
in
me
the
a lot.
neck,
At
but you
all.
can
I
see
just
the
don't
eyes.
get
You can see the devil's
the appeal
eyes
of films like
behind
this.
That's creepy.
the mask. There is depth to
I
it.
respect whoever does because my
Oh my
brother,
gosh,
he's a
I
big
have the
fan of
chills.
horror, so
That's
he
why
loves
we'll
horror.
put the cameraman in between you
but
and
not
Michael
me.
Myers.
Oh, back
So
now social
you will
distance.
never see me
But
collecting
not
any
only
of
does
these
he come
type
with
of
the masked
pieces
head
or
sculpt, which is of course
figures.
the most infamous, but he does come with an alternate head sculpt with a non-removable fabric sheet ghost costume and his glasses for recreating the shape.
But the
And
likeness
it
is there.
does come with a number of accessories as well. There is a bloodied knife and a clean knife because you can do
And
the
we see the bloody knife right here.
They got
we are
this and
seeing
no
the
Star
bloody
Wars.
knife, so we
This
got
is what
some
I'm
before
saying.
and
Come on.
after.
They jump. They
this
have
one
the
is
display
telephone
right there.
recorder
Unless they're trying to
accessory.
save it for a
Whoa.
different day.
Okay.
Leave that
Why are
to
they
the
jumping
imagination.
from
I'm
one
sure
thing
everybody
and they
knows what
skipping the
comes
other
next.
thing?
And then he
I don't know.
also
It's just
comes
like they
with
teasing
a,
you just to
couple of
come back
proximity
every
pieces that
day just to
that
watch
you
the
can
video
display
or the
near the figure.
live
There's
stream.
a jack-o'-lantern with a light-up LED
Why?
function,
Oh.
and there is.
And
a
then they
Judith
talk about
Myers
this stuff
head
that
sculpt.
they talk about it on
Wow.
the summer presentation.
That means you
Why?
can do a day display.
Why
and a
do
night
we do it
display.
again?
Yeah,
And
with
then
the
they talk
light-up
about like they did with the
Halloween
3-0.
day,
They talk about it
Halloween
on
night.
Wednesday.
There
Why
is
do we
a-
need to
there
talk
is
about
a
it
whole
again?
host of accessories
Why?
that come with this figure. He also comes with a number of swap-out hands for interacting with the specific pieces of his logo.
The only exciting thing so far has been
Just
the
launched for
Venom.
pre-order yesterday on Thursday.
I will give it to that
You can
Joker
add that to
from
your collection. This is the Michael Myers Deluxe
Iron
6 scale
Studios.
figure,
It's a new
and I believe
thing.
he is
I
currently
like new
retailing
stuff,
for
so I like that.
$235 on our website.
And of course the Joker.
I
I don't
can't
know the
stop
Joker.
looking at
The
his eyes.
Venom looks good.
I'm
but-
sorry.
You put
I'm
it
very
Beyond that?
sorry.
And now
What
I'm,
else?
I'm zoning in into it and I can't look away. What is happening?
There's also some really great, like some very small details that again you don't notice until you get up close. But there
Man,
is
they take like, I
slight
don't know
wear
how
and
many
tear
minutes to
or
talk about the
wrinkling on
same
mask,
figure.
Yes.
as is seen in the film as well, just really giving him a terrifying,
God.
a
Wow.
lifelike quality to a rather lifeless face.
Really, I know. And that's what makes it horrifying, that there is no expression, but there also is expression.
You know exactly what the internal expression is.
Yes. So with that said, let's go ahead and move on
Yeah,
to
let's
the
move on,
next
please.
iconic horror figure.
Yeah, let's
Oh,
go to the
come on.
Ghostface 6 scale
Yes,
figure. This
let's.
is also pre-ordering on our website currently. Ghostface is an icon of the Halloween season. Of course, nobody can really escape that mask. When
No.
Halloween
An
night.
icon, I would say in this case, Mike
when the
Myers
figure
is a
debuted, but
real
I was,
icon, and this was more
traumatized
modern
as a
because he
child.
came
the
out in
first time I
the.
ever helped open the door at Halloween, somebody had one of the
Oh no,
bleeding.
were they towering because you were little? They
Yes,
were
I was
towering.
a child.
Ghostface
it was a
is more
teenager,
like
and it was the bleeding Ghostface
scary movie,
mask.
whatever.
That blew my mind and terrified me. But of course, so no.
Yeah,
no one can
Fluff,
quite get
maybe
away from Ghostface
tomorrow.
during Halloween, so we have recreated.
But man,
the
why they
iconic
do that?
with
This
the
is what I
Wicker
really
Rose
hate.
here,
To this point, I don't know
fully
why
detailed
is it
fabric
that.
costume with the tattered kind of sleeve.
To be honest with you, I don't want to come back
I
and do
really
it
like the
again. I don't
difference
want
in
to do
the
live stream
kind of
again.
arm
I'm to be
sleeve
honest with you.
and
I gotta
the-
be honest,
the-
not because
the
I don't want to spend time
scalloped
talking about
edges
these
down at
things.
the bottom of the costume.
I love
Ghostface
to
also
talk about
has
these
fully
things.
sculpted boots, as well as
But if they just keep doing this, it's just killing.
Three pairs
killing
of hands
everyone.
plus a
He's taking the fun
relatively
out of
big
it,
hand, but
you
a
know,
nice
like it's
wiping
really like
hand,
you feel like a
because the figure also comes with a
it's a
bloody
gut
blood
punch, you know.
Oh my goodness.
Punch to your
they look
gut. That's how I
like
feel at the end
horror
of this. I
figures.
feel like
Yes.
And since we're on the topic of Ghostface, I do want to mention that Joe Mena, who is one of the sculptors
Joe.
on Ghostface, we do have an artist profile with him that's coming up.
I love
in our
Joe.
day.
He's a good friend.
Fantastic. I love Joe Mena.
And he's the one that is
those videos are
sculpted
so
part of
well
this.
done.
I like
really
that
nice
in
to
that
see the
sense.
artists behind these pieces.
Because I have a great respect
so
for
many of these
Joe,
people
but
are
come
just as
on.
passionate about the characters and the artistry of the figures as the collectors are passionate about getting the pieces.
Exactly.
So yes, Ghostface is available for pre-order on our website right now for $210 USD, I believe.
Now, Amy, because of your childhood story of your
210.
experience with Ghostface, do you ever see yourself dressing up as Ghostface?
Ooh, like
Would
to
you-
get
would
over
you do
my
it?
fear, I
Yeah,
become.
yeah.
You know, I might.
Maybe
but
not this year, but
Maybe not this year. I'd have to be extremely judicious and make sure not to scare any other.
and maybe not look in the mirror because what you scare yourself.
Yeah, I mean, if any of these characters looked in the mirror, they all are accustomed to wearing the most terrifying
Yes.
masks. And speaking of, I'd like to move to the Leatherface 6-scale figure because he's our man of mystery. He's not yet up for pre-order, but I have a feeling he will be coming your way very soon because we are, of course, in the month of Halloween. We do have a Halloween event coming up at the end of the month. I know we're in the middle of Sideshow New York Con, but I want to scare everybody at home right now with the word spectacular.
Spectacular.
That is coming up soon.
course.
But this
We
is
knew
Leatherface
that.
from a really cool part of the film that I think is underrepresented.
I agree.
In collectible figures. Of course, this is the kind of end nice dinner scene, and of course we kind of have him posed in the like that beautiful haunting shot of him just wildly swinging the
Yes.
chainsaw at the end. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, of course, a beautifully done film that is almost as much a work of art as it is a work of horror. Leatherface has a fully tailored costume, as you can see from the
Yeah,
nice
go
suit
cut your
jacket,
lawn
the
tomorrow.
dress
And actually,
shirt,
there's
the,
some stuff that we got to
as
do
well
in the
as
house.
necktie. I really
I need
like
to
the,
change a
the
garbage
charm
disposal or
bracelet.
something.
I haven't
Yeah.
identified
But my
all the
son-in-law is
charms,
here,
but
so
This is exactly what I was looking at. How
I might do it.
is-
I might just have him do
how
it.
detailed it is.
I'm sure it
and how
has
This
the
is very handy at that.
Sawyer family.
So I might just have him do it. But yeah, it's like, do I really want to sit here tomorrow? You know, it's noon for me.
Makeup effects, and again, Michael Myers, the Leatherface.
It's noon
does have
by the
some
time
depth to it,
this
so you
starts
can
because I'm
see
Eastern
the
Standard Time, New
eyes
York
are a
time.
little more sunken back in. I
So
do love being able to
do I
see
really
the
want to
scenes
wait
where
2 hours,
the
waste 2 hours of
and
a
then
good
the
Saturday where I
Leatherface
can be doing
do
other
clash and
things?
don't blend
I
seamlessly
don't
because it
think
does add
so.
that
And
homegrown horror element
Yes, it
to
does.
for only
Of course,
one single
he has the
reveal.
chainsaw because
And I think they just killed the joy of this. They really killed it with this
so
presentation.
you can look forward to more details on the figure as soon as it goes up for pre-order. But until then, you can RSVP. to
Yeah,
the
they
website
spent
via
too much
email or
time.
SMS by going to
You know,
Spider.com.
actually it's fun. Yeah, it would be even more fun just to cut my
and
lawn
then signing
and
up
actually need
for
some
more
work. So I
information
might
about the
just even
figure
do
when it
that because my
launches.
wife is gonna
This
kill me if I
is
don't do something
amazing,
with that
and
lawn.
what a great way to.
I'd rather
start
do
off
that
our
than.
morning with some
Do I really
icons
want to
from-
do this?
From horror.
I really want to
and
Get
just
your heart racing. Everything's
hurt
awake
myself
now.
even
don't
more.
Don't look at the shape in the eyes. You'll freak yourself out. Avi and I are trying to compose ourselves right now.
All right, all right.
With Ghostface,
The joke is already
your kind of experience with that, and then Michael Myers being as frightening and awesome as he is. I really love all these three kind of
Exactly.
icons
Like,
sitting
come
next to
on.
each
What is it?
other.
What else we
I
need to
see
talk
that.
about?
Does
They don't have
Leatherface
like
come
light
with,
up features. They
maybe
don't have anything
without
else.
the
Like, oh my
accessories,
God,
so
let's
you
just.
can
But
kind
then
of
they're
take
like, oh, look at this.
the
Look at the
chainsaw.
laces and the
Yeah,
shoes.
I
Look at
believe,
this.
as is standard
The
with
knife
many
he's
of our
carrying.
figures,
Look
he
at
will
his
have,
hair. Look at
multiple
this
styles
eye.
and
Look at his
different
expressionless
gestures. I'm sure a lot
face.
of
It's like,
people
really?
with the chainsaw, but the
Really?
chainsaw is an extra
You know.
accessory
I've been a
that you
salesman.
Right.
I would say for a
nice
long time. You know, I work in a lot of sales positions, a lot of jobs that includes talking to that really
Switch it up a
means that
little
I need to talk to
bit. A
people.
good look and a night look.
And there's a way to sell something,
The Sawyer
and
family,
sometimes less is
their
more.
table manners are a little
So
lax, but maybe not have the.
they trying
chainsaw
to
at the fancy
oversell
dinner.
it to the point that
But
you're
yes,
boring
there
your
will be,
sale.
more details announced. about
And
the
you know
figure.
you're boring your customer to the
Amazing.
point the
Well,
customer
this
says, you know
is,
what, let me
this has
think
been a
about
delight
it.
to look at.
One
Now
secret of
I'm
sales
kind of
is
in the mood
don't
now,
let
you
your
know,
customers
pumpkin
think
season,
about it.
Horror season.
Just talk about,
So
hey, this is
perfectly
super
getting
nice.
into the mood.
Time is running
I
out.
kinda wanna
You need to get it.
take
It's time to
from,
move on. Let's go and look
horror,
at this.
taking it over
But don't
to
forget,
another
this is going
favorite
on pre-order
of mine,
and
that
it's
is
gonna sell
Star
out. Whatever. So
All
that's the way you do it.
Let's go
You
on
push
over
people to
here,
really go
and
for the
I
sale
kind of had my eyes
and move on.
on
That
this
really teases
specific
people to
piece here.
stay
Oh,
with you.
Obi-Wan?
Yes.
Well, that's a name I haven't
All
done
right.
in a long time.
Now,
Yeah,
finally,
so
Star
this is a
Wars.
really
Thank
cool-
God.
you guys have been seeing dioramas throughout the week here. We have a Star Wars mythos.
That's the
display.
classic
Fans,
mythos.
both new and old, I think we'll all find something that they love here. Because
Yeah,
this
those
is
are.
this is
They're combining all the older
our
mythos with
old
some of the newer
pieces
mythos.
And then our newer
I like
mythos
that.
pieces. So you can see how the line has evolved over time. We do have the
Yeah.
original Ben Kenobi mythos.
That's
down
still a
here,
good
and
Kenobi. A
surrounding
lot of
him
people
we
still
have
love that one
Obi-Wan
over the
Kenobi
newer.
mythos 6-scale figure, as well as our newly debuted General Obi-Wan statue. And it's really cool to see. So if there's a piece here that you don't recognize, it may be because it's from
They're
our
old.
original line.
Yes.
For those of you watching along at home. But we
And
do
look
have a
at
number of these
those.
mythos pieces on pre-order right now, including the new General Kenobi, the new Darth Maul, Boba Fett, and Obi-Wan Kenobi mythos 6-scale figures, our Emperor Palpatine, and then our
A lot of people that love that
What I really like about
Darth
all
Vader
the
still is one of the best Darth
Obi-Wan,
Vaders out there, at least
mythos
with that
pieces, the
presentation.
statues, should I say, that we're seeing here is the detailing and of course the costumes, the paint. The paint
Yes.
job for it is
And this is the one. So people are
Yes, and
really not
especially
really
with
happy
our-
with
our
the
latest General Kenobi
face
piece,
sculpt on this one.
the
When you
painters
compare
really
this
took
one, that
into,
looks more cartoony
consideration.
or
I
more
wanna make sure I'm
comic
not, like, getting in the light here either.
accurate. You know, it's more like
Really
closer
took
to
into
the comic in some ways
consideration
than the
forced
more
lighting,
realistic approach to
with
the
piece,
older
and I always
version.
try to make sure to
And
point
I
that out,
agree,
that
you
there
know,
is a
people
lot of
make a
beautiful,
point and it's a valid
kind of
point.
natural light painted into this piece. You can see the side of his body.
You
that
look at
is
the face,
stepping
looks a bit
forward onto the
cartoony
B2 Super Battle Droid,
compared to the
is
other one that looks
illuminated
more
in the paint
realistic.
job, where there is also natural shadow falling across
And
the
that
Clone Wars armor. Really nice.
Boba Fett in the back,
way
man,
that you
still a
can,
classic. That's a beautiful
it kind of
Boba Fett.
informs how you're going to pose him, or not pose him, display
him,
this statue.
Yeah, finally.
And there's
Finally,
a nice
we're looking at
continuation
some
of that
cool
Clone
stuff.
Wars Wandering
Even though
Nomad
it's old
story
stuff, by this
throughout
point,
all
I'm
of
just
our
ready
mythos
for this.
pieces.
I'd rather look at this
Really
and
tells a
more,
fuller story with these collectibles.
1/6
Wow, there's
figures.
just so much to be said about the Star Wars mytho diorama that we have here. Ever impressive, and I definitely want to dive into it a little bit more later on in our afternoon show. So I
What?
can't wait to do that. But thank you
Why?
so much
Why?
for giving us a tour of. this
Why? Why
morning's
you only
booth,
took like 2
including
minutes, less than
this
2 minutes for
6-scale
this?
figure, Obi-Wan Kenobi, of course, our
And then you
iconic
wasted my
horror
time with
figures,
those
Venom,
Leatherface
SpiderMan,
figures or
the
whatever, all
3-0,
those
Cody,
horror
and DC,
Halloween
of course.
figures that I don't care
All of
about.
these, which was a lot of fun. I probably could have spent all day with Wonder Woman because she is my favorite.
So many great reveals. I'm so glad we got to show them
My
to you guys
gosh.
here first.
Me too.
Super excited, and I hope people. I'm sure every day people are mentally updating their collection lists.
It just keeps
Mentally.
going, though. I don't check
Yeah,
things out. I
less
just-
and less
Well, and this is day 4.
Sideshow stuff and more and more Prime 1 stuff.
Hands like falling off from writing.
More and more of the
Pencil, not
competitors.
pen. It's nothing's
Erase.
perfect.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. I should probably swap the pencil when I get to when I
Oh,
get home because right now
gee.
it's just scratches. It's like, oh. So you guys, that'll wrap up our morning booth tour with myself and of course the expert Amy Chase over here.
What's that?
Thank you all so much.
Somebody
for
was popping
joining
out.
me.
We
Yes.
got a video break, actually.
Oh, we do. We certainly do. And as earlier we had, when we were over at the horror icons, we took a look at Amy's favorite, Ghostface. And as we have mentioned, one of the sculptors on Ghostface, Joe Mena, he does have an artist profile coming up.
Yeah, I'm
so
gonna
make
look
sure
at this
to stay
because
tuned for
I
that.
love
And also,
Joe,
since
but
hinted
I'm
at
just,
the
and that's a
mythos
video
stuff
that we
of
already
Obi-Wan
had. Like
Kenobi
it was like
6-scale
probably
figure, we
it's like
also
11
have
months
an
old or
episode of How to
something.
Be a Poser coming up featuring said figure. So with that said, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We will be right back
That's
to
one
the
of the.
booth
Oh my.
later on today.
Really? Dang. Oh my. Oh my. This company should have their own expos and ditch Sideshow with their meandering cons, honestly. Meandering. Heartbreaking. I'm out, guys. I'll catch the highlights. All right, Batman. Take care, man. Thank you for coming and for being here with me. I appreciate it. I appreciate the support. But yeah, I think so. I think the company should go on their own route. They should do their own thing and ditch Sideshow. Just let Sideshow kind of do its own thing. They need to learn a lesson on that. Come on. The highlight was, you know, I love the stuff they did with the PCS stuff. And
When I was 18 months old,
I love Joe, so I will listen to this, and then while I'm thinking of what I'm going to say by the end of this video.
The doctors couldn't figure out what I had. They assumed that it was spinal meningitis. When I awoke from the coma, my mother told me that I started picking up crayons and drawing.
One of the coolest guys and
nonstop.
one of the coolest collectors, not collectors, sculptors I know.
And I cannot remember a time when
Good friend.
I did not want to be an artist. My choices in art school I felt were very important to pick the right path. I chose to be a painter, but the painting department was so weak that I wound up switching to sculpture. When I was in undergraduate school, I met a professor from Russia named Leonid Lerman. And this guy was instantly like my Obi-Wan. He sculpted and drew better than any American professor that I had or knew of at the time. I went to like 4 or 5 art schools at a time, trying to master the figurative art form. And yet it eluded me because art is a language and it requires a vocabulary and a grammar. And Leonid communicated that to me. I wanted to go to Russia to study where Leonid went to school, the Mukina Institute. In order to really get it, I needed to be there. I needed to immerse myself in it.
Yeah, unfortunately, no
I wanted to be
X-Men.
not just the best that I could be.
It's been
Like,
just
I wanted to be the best. When I got to Russia, my whole world changed. I was the first American ever to go to this school. I felt this compulsion to try and be good, if not better, than any of the other Russian students around me because there was this kind of prejudice against my skill set. Foreigners had to pay. Russians didn't have to pay. And I just got better and better and better. I'd do everything I could to get as much exposure to as much knowledge as I possibly could get. And then what happened was, at the very end, my wife sacrificed her time at school to allow me to work on my portfolio because I said, if I don't make a great portfolio when I get out of here, I'm not going to get a job. So I worked even harder. I stayed at school till the last minute I possibly could before the last train would leave the station. I went through all this training, and the very last group critique, the dean of the sculpture department said, Joe, from now on, you don't have to pay. He said, Ty nasz человек, you're one of us. For me, that was everything. Because I made it, you know? Like, I was one of them. I wouldn't do any of the stuff that I'm doing now without all that I learned in Russia. Being an artist is the only thing I could ever imagine being. It's the only thing I know. It's the only thing I want to know. And if anything, I just want to be a better artist. Because I feel like I haven't even scratched the surface of my potential. And I think the kind of artistic training that I had brought me to that way of thinking about why I love being the kind of artist that I am today.
Man, I love Joe. Super talented guy.
My name is Joe Mena, and I know that my journey has only begun.
Super talented guy. I love Joe. He's very humble. Very good guy. So definitely you need to follow him on Facebook. He's always there helping others. If you are into art and you want to get better at it, definitely Joe is your guy.
Hey everyone, welcome back to How to Be a Poser. Today we're going to be venturing to an unexplored part of a galaxy far, far away.
All right.
To do that, we're going to be using the Star Wars mythos Obi-Wan Kenobi 6-scale figure from Sideshow. Let's get started.
All right, let me just pause this because I'm sure it's gonna be another one, and then we'll be back. That's it. That's all they have. But and this is some old video. So yeah, I love the highlight. I do love Joe. Joe, it's a fantastic guy. I'm blessed to call a friend. His experience as a sculptor, his experience in Russia and all that, he always shares that in his Facebook group. On Facebook, he doesn't have a group, but he's always there, always sharing information, talking about his life, and you know, he's very humble, and I love him very much. I love his art. I've owned some of the pieces that he has sculpted over the years with DC Collectibles, stuff that he has done with Gentle Giant, now with Sideshow. But he has, it's so, you know, he has done everything from statues to figures to all sort of things. And, you know, he's a guy. He's a good guy. You know, he knows, he works for the U.S. Mint, so he also designed some of the coins that are part of the U.S. Mint. So he's super, super, super talented. But I would say this, you know, definitely I'm going to probably end this here because I know there's nothing else. But it's just, I don't know what to say, really. I'm disappointed with Sideshow. I don't know what Sideshow's doing, really. As a company, they are becoming more like a store, a boutique where you can find things from everyone. They have their own products, but they're emphasizing somebody else's products, and they're really going into different routes. But at the same time, I feel that they're not concentrating where they need to concentrate more. And sometimes there's a lot of factors at play. Of course, licenses. Sometimes the companies, in this case Marvel, don't want some characters to be produced because they want to tie up something to a movie. It happened before. They canceled stuff before. But at the same time, Sideshow has a lot of pull, and they had a lot of pull over the years. So I'm sure that they can actually manage to get some of those obscure characters produced. You know, they have a better chance than anybody else in the market. So I don't know. It to me is like, for example, today I'm impressed with that 1/3 scale PCS collectibles Venom. I think it's fantastic. I think it's gonna pair so well with the SpiderMan. Definitely that Spider-Man needs to have a classic suit. Hopefully they can get a variant at some point, but those are fantastic stuff. The stuff from Iron Studios, that Joker looks great. I wouldn't say that it's the best of this version of Joker. I think there are others. Queen Studios has one. I love Prime One Studio and Blissway. They have a fantastic one. There's other companies also doing. So it's really on a crowded market. So I don't know if it's going to win. The price will be the difference for some, particularly in Brazil. But beyond that, everything else, we saw the Iron Studios, we saw figures. They barely, not even a minute, I think, presented that Star Wars stuff, which is just the display there of the stuff that we have seen old and new. Now this figure, of course, that you've seen in this video. So that's it. That's what the Mythos line had. And what else? I don't remember anything else that I could say. It was just not good at that end. You know, it's like, I don't know if I'm going to be doing this tomorrow. I want to. Part of me wants to be here because I want to be that person that sees things for the first time. I don't want to just go to Facebook, because sometimes you go to Facebook and you are hearing somebody else's opinion rather, you know, I want to really see the stuff with my own eyes and be impressed by it. Has Prime One lost their Marvel license? I don't know. I don't even know if they even have it. But who knows? They might have it, but I don't know if they're using it. Have they done anything Marvel related? I really don't know. That's a good question. But definitely Prime One, if they manage to do that, maybe they can compete. But right now also Prime One is kind of like, they have so much stuff going on with the DC license. Definitely we need more other companies. They need to step up. And right now, of course, you have XM Studios. They've been also limited by Sideshow, because Sideshow is the one that has been holding this license very close to heart, and they don't let anybody else touch it. The international license, so it's kind of limiting for some companies to really produce at this level. And the one for Iron Studios has limits also. So I don't know, guys. I'm telling you, today's been, yeah, Venom and 2099 Spidey. I would say it's just not the best of days so far. I don't know how it's going to be tomorrow. I'm just gonna end this stream now. I'm definitely not looking forward to anything else. Venom, Anti-Venom, and Spider-Man 2099. Thank you, Justin. Thank you for being here. But I don't know. I'm just overwhelmed. I'm tired. I'm hungry. And I gotta get ready to go to work. And to be honest with you, I gotta think about it. But I would say, if stay tuned. Maybe tomorrow I'll do I'll follow. It depends on what they say tonight. It depends on what they say in the morning. If they say they're gonna have some reveals, if they give us some hints of things, then I might do this tomorrow and Sunday. If not, I'm just gonna probably talk about it in some video by the end of the week, or next week. I'll really give you the highlights or something. But I want to say to all of you, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for being here with me. I appreciate it. I'm sure that if they come back, it's going to be just to say goodbye. So I'm just going to just cut it like this. But take care. Have a good weekend. And I'll talk to you again. God bless. Bye-bye.